Yo, what's happening? How we doing? We back in here for another one. Hope y'all doing well. We're gonna get to the music. We're gonna do a little something different probably with the music, but still music. So still the same thing. But before that, I wanted to go over some things. Fulton County leaders are filing a motion after FBI seizes records at election office. The first one, Midtown Juniper Street is adding a new bike lane. We're going to read some details on that. Lawmakers on day 9. Day number 9. What are we talking about? Day 9. Boy. And 13 people were rescued in North Georgia. Very nice. So yes, that's what we're going to be looking at today. Let's see. Let me see this. Let's see this first one, man. Fulton County leaders. Let's see what they gonna do. They filing a motion. I think I typed notion inside the description. My fault. Y'all know what I meant. Stop playing. Anyway, let's see what this is. Fulton County leaders to file motion after FBI seizes records at elections office. FBI agents raided the Fulton County Election Hub Operation Center in Union City on Wednesday, January 28th, gathering all records related to the 2020 election. Fulton County leaders are planning to fight back after the FBI issued a search warrant at the elections office last week. FBI agents raided the Fulton County Election Hub and Operations Center in Union City on Wednesday, January 28th, gathering all records related to the 2020 election in the county. Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. Announced that the county will file a motion to challenge the legality of the warrant and the seizure of sensitive election records. Those records, according to warrants, include all physical ballots from the 2020 general election, absentee ballots, provisional ballots, in-person election day ballots, emergency ballots, damaged or destroyed ballots, duplicated ballots, or any ballot that was used to cast a vote. Many county leaders have widely criticized the warrant, saying it represents federal overreach. Of course, we already talked about all of this, but I'm glad they're getting together and following this motion because it seems so far past illegal. Like I don't even. It's hard to put into words like how illegal this is. The feds are not supposed to obstruct any election, or they have nothing to do with any election materials or any of that. So to see a federal organization go in and basically steal ballots is scary. I have asked the county attorney to take any and all steps available to fight this criminal search warrant. Commissioner Arrington said in a release, the search warrant, I believe, is not proper, but I think that there are ways that we can limit it. We want to ask for the for forensic accounting. We want the documents to stay in the state of Georgia under seal. We want to do whatever we can to protect voter information. Yes, there's a lot of information. I already talked about this. There's a lot of information there. Fulton County Board of Commissioners Chairman Rob Pitts and Commissioner Mo Ivory have also been very vocal about the seizure of election ballots. We watched a little bit of Ivory last episode, and Arrington. We heard from them that day. Ivory held a town hall to meet with concerned voters. We talked about that when it happened. It was disturbing. I actually already read that, but read that in the past video. But there goes your boy. He was also on Indisputable and had a lot to say about this whole thing. Let's read his words. Oh no, this is that's Nakima. But yeah, so they filed a motion. They're fighting back at least to have the documents stay in the state and also be placed under seal to protect information, which is the right thing to do. You want to protect the citizens' information on those ballots. So it's only the right thing to do. Anyway, Midtown is opening up a new bike lane. When will it open? Let's see.
I take nutrition for Tazi very
we don't
seriously
hear
because I want her to live as long as possible.
We don't want to hear it. This always happens to me. After years of work, a major Midtown Atlanta street has been recently transformed. The city said the new Juniper street corridor is vastly improved for cyclists and pedestrians, but lingering work is leaving some frustration. The green and white lane markings are down and the planet buffer separating cyclists from drivers is up. But to Brian Lesko's dismay, the bike lane along Juniper Street is closed. So when is it going to open back up? Let's see. Let's get down to it. Georgia Power, when the electricity will be installed, the spokesperson said, we are coordinating closely with the Midtown Alliance and their local contracting partners to ensure this work is completed by the end of the month. For drivers like Janice Yu, there are now 2 lanes. Previously, there were up to 4 depending on the time of day. Okay, all right. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Let's see. Let's go hopes his path to a safer commute comes soon. I hope they can officially open these bike lanes. It would be great to have like a bike lane party. Get all the barricades out of the way and say, hey, we're finally open after years of planning. Yeah, I mean, what's happening? When they're not really saying when it's gonna open up. But I think it will be soon. So look for that. That'll be interesting, because the traffic down there and the roads down there are already super narrow. So I'm kind of like, this is a little scary. People do get hit still. But yeah, that's that. I guess we couldn't find any. I'll look for more information about that as it comes out. Lawmakers Day 9, FBI search of 2020 ballots, reactions, and special license plates for autism. On Thursday at the Capitol, lawmakers reacted to news out of Fulton County that the FBI had conducted a search warrant and seized hundreds of boxes of ballots from an elections warehouse. In an early morning press conference, Republican Senator Brian Strickland from McDonough spoke about a new bill, Senate Bill 433, also called Rio's Law, that would create a special license plate to help law enforcement identify vehicles that have passengers on the autistic spectrum. Okay, interesting. These plates will not only continue our efforts to create more acceptance for those living with autism and developmental disabilities, but they'll provide a resource for our law enforcement and entire first responder community to be more equipped when they encounter these individuals with conditions that aren't immediately identifiable on our roads. Strickland has a 6-year-old son with autism. In the Senate, the day started with a visit from U.S. Rep. Rick McCormick, who brought a message of conciliation. If you want to have influence, instead of trying to win an argument, win a friend. Anybody who gets on the internet knows that you don't see minds changed because of somebody's great and eloquent argument on the internet. It doesn't happen. The more I try to convince you you're wrong, the less you'll believe me. But if I can convince you that I love you, which isn't a one-time investment, it's multiple endeavor. If I can convince you that I love you, you might just believe what I have to say. But the seizure of 2020 Fulton County election ballots by the FBI yesterday was first and foremost on the minds of Democrats this morning, and they had little conciliation to offer. So you trying to convince people that you love them? Like, I love you, but I don't want you to vote, dog. Like, is that? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, basically Dems are still mad, are of course understandably mad about the seizure of the ballots. The Republican strategy has been to take out Dems, in the House. They have recently won over unemployment fraud that they've been placing on all of these representatives. That is the strategy, and it has been working. They weren't securing a ballot. They were revisiting the past to control the future. We still don't know where these ballots were taken, and even more disturbing, we don't know how this information will be used. What we do know without dispute is that this action was taken without the consent or knowledge of Georgia election officials. Secrecy is not law enforcement. Secrecy is intimidation. What else did y'all do? All right, y'all was talking about, okay. Republicans say that there are still many unanswered questions about the 2020 voter. No, there's not. It's crazy. It's all wrapped up. Trust the judicial process as y'all crack skulls and take ballots. This is nuts. It's crazy. Yeah, all I can do is laugh sometimes at, because this is basically like a dog chasing his tail around in a circle. You're not getting nothing done. You're just running fast into a circle. Like, y'all not doing anything, man. That's what's so upsetting. And there's a lot going on. I mean, the representatives have, it's not the greatest ideas ever, but they have decent ideas. Some of them might actually help the American people. We went over a lot of those bills, but this is not what they're sent there to do. Obviously, it's not their job. Anyway, the House gave a shout out to Spellman. Okay, very cool, whatever. The House also honored Doula Day. Legislatures will not return to the Capitol on Friday, but they'll be back on Monday for Legislative Day 10. I don't know. There's some good ideas going around. None of these this article doesn't talk about many of them. That first one is actually a decent idea for autism. But I also think that, police should just be careful. They should just, know how to do their job enough to just be careful with everyone, not just autistic people. Just respect every woman. I think that's probably the best way to go. But at the same time, having an identification for autism on these plates is an interesting idea. All right, moving on. 13 people. 13. What kind of face is that? Whose face is that? I'm trying to figure out this face in the chat. This is the craziest little emoji I've ever seen. It's fantastic. That's how my daughter be looking at me, you know what I'm saying? What you talking about, daddy? All right, moving on. 13 people rescued after cars slide off North Georgia mountain during icy conditions. Emergency responders conducted a rescue to safely remove occupants and vehicles from hazardous single-lane mountain roadways where they could not get out. This is going to start up, ain't it? Hold on, y'all. Let me stop this before it starts. Oh, it's already stopped. Good stuff. Murray County, Georgia. Murray County public safety agencies responded to multiple winter weather-related incidents on a North Georgia mountain after icy conditions left several vehicles stranded down the side of a hill, officials said. Should be comma, but 4 vehicles carrying about a dozen people were unable to continue traveling after losing traction on ice, authorities said. Emergency responders conducted a rescue to safely remove occupants and vehicles from the hazardous single-lane mountain roadway, where self-extrication was not possible. The situation began when one vehicle slid and stopped, temporarily blocking the road. Ice accumulation and limited space to turn around caused additional vehicles to become stuck, unable to pass or safely reverse course, officials said. All individuals were assisted from the area without injury. Authorities said the dangerous road conditions required an emergency response to prevent further incidents. Grassy Mountain Road remains hazardous during winter weather, and the public is strongly advised to avoid the area until conditions improve. Yes, so they did pull several people from their cars, and they got some vehicles out, which is fantastic. Thank you to those people who helped. Your heroes, great job. Here's the picture right here. You know, it reminds me of like the old school 1980s, like Transformers. We coming in, we about to save the day, basically. You know, robots in the skies. Transformers. Yeah. Boy, that's like, you got what's the one? Megatron. That's the evil one, I think. Optimus Prime, y'all know. Okay. Word, let's get to the beats. We're gonna start off with the drums. Start off with the drums here. I think I'm gonna do a little upbeat. We're gonna kick it into high gear today, we're gonna do some upbeat stuff. Yeah, that's what we want. let me see. I got some ideas for a top line, but let me see what I'm about to do with the bass. I don't typically use this particular bass. Yep, that sounds good. Make it a little groovy in the middle. I always like it a little groovy in the middle. Oh, hold on. Not forget to change my pattern. It's crazy. Yeah, something like that. That's not bad. All right, now we can come back to our grand piano here. Make a little lead line. Now I know what I'm not gonna do for my lead line, because I still want it to be kind of simple. Something you can something catchy. So let's see. I see why. Line it up. Line it up. Ooh. Boy, snoring again. My dog. Boy, snoring hard. So hard. Okay. I feel like in order for this to work, I'm going to need 2 bars of this. And it's going to need to be something like this. To where I'm going to have to give the drum set more time to kind of come in. Got an idea for this section right here. We go in here, and of course, I gotta hear it. Y'all know I gotta at least hear it, you know. Oh, I need the ping pong one. Yes, you're exactly right. Where is it? Where is it? Isn't there one that the phaser might be fire too? Phaser is the same. It's just the exact same. I'm pretty sure there is a drop filter. Damage. It's probably gonna be terrible. Fire. Fire. Yep. I thought they had one where it was volume panning and panning. Let's see. Nothing changed. Wobble. This could be fire. It needs to be a little slower, but this could actually work. How do I make it slower? Well, speed, pattern, speed, shape. No, still not exactly on yet. Might be too far. It's got a speed meter right down here. Look at that. Pull it back. Just interesting. Very cool. All right, I'm just playing around now. But that's about it, y'all. Like always, much love to y'all. I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a beautiful Monday. Y'all take care of yourself. Take care of of the people around you. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow. Peace.